most important thing, and this really is huge and where my business has been exploding because it really works, is in the actual applications themselves. Whether or not you hire someone like me or you sit down with your kids and do it, it is paramount that they spend quality time writing their applications. One of the biggest problems is applications are done via the web on a web form. Kids are lightning fast filling out web forms. You can literally get your application done in an hour. Literally, soup to nuts. And just because you can do it that way doesn't mean you should do it that way. What the kids fail to realize is almost every school, I know of one school where they actually don't print them, they all have iPads and they sit around with iPads, but most schools literally will print the materials out, put them in folders with a file with your name on it, and read the files. In fact, one of my blogs, I think it was an article in the Wall Street Journal, and they actually let a reporter go in at the 11th hour to these, roundtable discussions the night before they're making decisions, and it was fascinating. I recommend that you all listen to. You can search on. It was at Amherst, and of course the names were bleeped out, but they were discussing this one girl, and they were saying, "Well, she's great." And then this one admissions committee officer said, "Well, something she said on the second page of her essay kind of bothered me." And all of a sudden you get ruffle, 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 and you hear everybody flipping to the pages. And there was this one sentence where she said something that was bothersome, and she went into the reject pile. And yeah, and it's that, oh my God, every word is read. Yeah, it's really like that. There aren't that many pieces to the puzzle. And I always tell kids, look, I love my job because I love teenagers and I get to really know them because I meet with them a lot. And over the course of months and hours a week, I'll really get to know them. And I'll say, you know what? If the admissions committee really knew you and the kind of kid you were and what you bring to the table and what you hope to get at college, they would absolutely take you. But they're not going to get to know you. How are they going to get to know you? Through the pieces of paper in your application. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of it. So your job is to create as three-dimensional and realistic a picture of yourself as you possibly can. And I always tell them, a good application is very much like a good photo. It doesn't have to necessarily be of you doing anything. A good picture of you isn't necessarily shaking President Obama's hand or in the lab, discovering the cure for the common cold. A good picture of you is one that's vivid, that we look at it and immediately say, "Oh, that's Joe." You can tell right away. And it just screams Joe. That's a good picture. I'm like, "Oh, profile, that's your profile picture, that's you." That's a good application.